Armin, you got a haircut. I wouldn't recognize you.
Oh, you're muted, Armin.
All right,
Now
so
I'm
we're
good.
here, we'll,
Oh, look
open
at
the
this
meeting.
guy in the backyard. Look at you. Nice.
I can't smoke in the house, so I come out here,
Yeah, yeah, nice.
but, all right, well, we'll open the meeting now, and then it's, so do we have to read the rules, Gregory?
Yes.
All right, so as a preliminary matter, this is the Maynard Select Board, and I'm Chris DeSilva, I'm the chairman, and just want to confirm before we start that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and here. So members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. David Gavin,
Here.
Melissa Levine Pirro,
Here.
Armand Diabakarian,
Here.
Justine St. John.
Here.
All right, we're all here. Also, Greg Johnson is here,
Yes.
Megan Zamuto,
Here.
and Becky Mosca from the town.
Here.
Okay, so good evening. This meeting of the Maynard Board of Selectmen, or otherwise known as the Select Board, is being conducted remotely consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting may or may not feature public comment. For this meeting of the Maynard Board of Selectmen, we are convening by both Zoom and telephone and dog. As posted on the town's website, and it identifies how the public may join. And as it is a Zoom meeting, please note that this meeting is being recorded and that some of the attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other people may be able to see you, and that take care not to screen share your computer. Anything you broadcast may be captured by the recording. We also are using board docs tonight, and the supported materials are available on the town website, and the agenda is posted, so please follow along with that agenda as it's posted in board docs. And as far as the meeting goes, there are some ground rules, and before we return to the first item on the agenda, I just want to lay the ground rules as they were presented by the state. I, the chair, will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, we will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold your comments until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. And please speak clearly in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. Also, for responses, please wait until the floor is yielded to you and state your name before speaking. If members wish to engage in conversation with other members, please do so through the chair, each taking time to identify yourself. For items with public comments, after all the members have spoken on the topic, we will afford public comment as follows. We will ask members of the public who wish to speak, identify their names and address only, and we'll do so one at a time with a maximum of 3 minutes afforded for any comments. And finally, each vote we take this evening will be conducted by a roll call vote. And the meeting is now open. And I don't know, there is a public comment section on the agenda. So does anybody have any public comments this evening? Okay. So the topic for tonight's meeting, really, we're all here for one reason, and it's basically for the support for downtown businesses. That's why we're here. That's the sole agenda item, other than our personal reports and the votes therein. But so Megan, Greg, either one that want to, well, we're set, the rules are set, everything's in place in the Charter board docs. So I guess we'll just go, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 motions. I guess we'll just start with the first and just go down the line, and as questions arise for Greg or Megan, we'll have those questions, and then we will we'll discuss and move to votes. On the first one, it's that move that the board adopt the policy and application entitled Temporary Extension of Premises, Outdoor Dining Area on Private Property / Parking Lot / Municipal Right of Way, and Retail Parklet Application as presented by the Assistant Town Administrator, and further to waive the application fees for temporary outdoor dining, as well as attendant building permit fees for the erection of tents or coverings for the duration of the Executive Order COVID-19 number 35 or November 1st, 2020, whichever shall come first. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you both. Okay. So do we have the, does anybody have any questions or concerns about the policy and the application that the Assistant Town Administrator created for us in this instance?
No, it was
Quick
very
comment,
thorough.
or who else wanted to speak? Go ahead.
No, that's okay, David. Go ahead.
I would just ask, is the November 1st date chosen for any particular reason, or is there an issue? My only concern would be, or my concern would be that we could have potential snow prior to that. And, you know, we've had Halloween storms before or whatever. What's Justin's comment if we should have to plow late in that season, and how does it, you know, prevent that? Should they still be up?
So Megan, you answered that.
Yeah, I can speak to this. This is Megan Zamuto, Assistant Town Administrator. You know, Justin can speak to the plowing piece, but the reason we chose that date is because that is the date that the governor has allowed for these types of programs to go till, unless they stopped it earlier. So specifically for the ABCC, what we're requesting tonight is an amendment to existing liquor licenses through a specific process identified by the governor. And that order says that we can do this through November 1st. And my thought process when including that date on this application was that some of these businesses are going to be making an investment in setting up their outdoor dining. And, you know, this is a little bit of kind of looking at our downtown as a pilot program. What would it look like if we encourage this type of use outdoors? So we thought that we would give, you know, the applicants the duration of the allowed period to test this out. But Justin, if you want to speak to, you know, what, oh, and one other thing, I guess, is if the board ever feels that we want to stop any of this outdoor dining or retail initiatives, the way Attorney Federoff wrote this is that we can stop it at any time. So the board has full authority to exercise your right as, you know, controlling this to stop the entire program, stop specific programs, and, you know, kind of all the reasons are listed in the application, but it does give you a lot of leverage in leeway.
David, Justin DeMarco here, DPW Director. My only concern is that we still have precedents to potentially move all these parklets off site if we have a snow event. Speaking with Frank, and we've met with GG's, and Serendipity is on. It seems like for the majority of the applicants we've talked to, both myself and Megan have been fully involved with the process. And I believe if we had to make the judgment call, a number of the equipment and even Frank's potential deck is something that we could have done within a day and have it moved. So if we have a storm event in the horizon that I think we can pack things up pretty quickly, so.
Sounds good to me. Thank you. And all of the applicants thus far are agreeable, so can we make that sort of clear to anybody else who might come along in the future that, you know, if we have the need due to a snow, it could be, you know, who knows, it could be a hurricane that's coming, anything that might affect us, and we have advance notice. As long as that's in there, I'm fine.
Yes, good point.
So Megan, it's interesting that we only had 3 applicants and it's
We're gonna
kind of-
have more, Armand.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's more in the queue. This was a tight turnaround, so I really
Gotcha.
have to commend the applicants that are here today. I posted this application a week ago today, and they had to have the applications in by the end of the day Tuesday for us to review it. Many of these applicants had it in Monday. So we
Gotcha.
started our review process early. They were eager to open and get started. So they moved it along quickly. I believe we will have one for your Tuesday agenda, a little different, but, and then we're working on a few others. So others are looking into it. Their initial concept might have not worked with all of our review team. We only wanted to bring you the applicants that had a unanimous support.
Got you. Thank you.
And I think, Megan, I think you've already gone through this as far as, you know, the ones that have the liquor licenses. I know both Gigi's and PC do. So they are, you know, the ABCC will be okay with what we are doing and with giving the extended footage and adding that to their license temporarily.
Yes, that's a good question, Justine. Becky Mosca has been on the review team and, you know, been really, I think, excellent at reading and processing all of the information coming from the ABCC. So the main thing they really need to know is the square footage of the extension, which has been provided in these applications.
Okay.
And all the dining areas with alcohol have to be cordoned off according to the ABCC. And the both applicants this evening that do serve alcohol have provided information about how they plan to do that, and it has satisfied the ABCC's regulations.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions, comments? All right, then, without any further comments, I guess we can vote on that motion. So, David,
Aye.
Armin,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
Christine,
Aye.
and I as well. So that passes. The next item of business is I move to approve the application for temporary extension of premises, outdoor dining area on private property, parking lot, municipal right of way, submitted by the Pleasant Cafe, which approval is subject to compliance with the terms and conditions of the board's policy and subject to compliance with the plans submitted, which plans are incorporated into this decision, and further subject to the following conditions. Outdoor dining service shall cease at 9:00 p.m. All areas with outdoor dining service shall be clear from people at 10 p.m. Appropriate building permits are issued and inspections are completed. We have a second.
Second.
Thank you. Questions or comments in regards to the application specific to the Pleasant Cafe, if anyone has them?
Do any of these limitations prevent entertainment outside? And should it be specifically excluded or not?
That's a good question, David. This is Megan Zamudo. Currently, outdoor entertainment is not permitted in this phase 2 reopening. And what we are signing today, though, is or what you're considering today is an extension of a common victualler license. So I believe that any additional entertainment would have to come to this board.
Okay.
Okay. Armin, anything?
No, I'm fine.
Melissa?
Nope, I'm good with it.
Ms. Justine?
Can I ask a question about entertainment, please? Yeah, so hi, this is Fan from Gigi's. As far as, we usually have like soft music inside the restaurant. Can I bring out a speaker outside and keep doing that, or does that need to be asked, for the board to be approved on that?
This is Megan. I would say that is covered under the extension of your common victual license to the patio.
Yeah.
But within reason, of course, consideration of neighbors, and if there
Sure.
was any issue, then we'd have to adjust it. But
Absolutely. Yeah, it's
the
nothing
common
crazy, just some soft music. That's all.
Yeah, the common vic is expanding the footprint, as is the ABCC's liquor license is expanding, as is, building and zoning. We tried to hit everything in this one application. So I would say that that's acceptable.
So the one question I had was, as far as, and again, I'm completely in support of this. My one concern is the neighbors. I'm thinking of, the Pleasant Cafe, and obviously Gigi's as well, that they have, if you're going to be serving, or people are going to be outside until 10 o'clock at night, have we thought about that as, in terms of noise with people in apartments and things like that? Or is there an out if it gets to be too much?
Absolutely, Justine, this is Megan again. We were considering what hours would be appropriate. And so we did discuss it within the review team. The team that reviewed it felt that, the last seating at 9 and closing at 10 would be appropriate based on kind of past practice in Maynard. But that is, completely up to the board. If you'd like to have it earlier, it makes total sense to whatever you'd like to do. I think, again, we were thinking about the investment of the restaurant community here, and what would make sense for them in their business model, especially now that they're unable to serve indoors at all. But this can be adjusted if the board, whatever the board's pleasure.
So Megan,
I'm just wondering if there's a way that you can say, I have no problem going forward with it as it is now. But if we find out in 2 or 3 weeks that we're getting a lot of complaints, can we go back and reevaluate it?
Absolutely, no problem at all. This is really your program that you're offering this public space to these businesses, and if there's any issue, it can be addressed. It could likely just be addressed on a staff level at first, and then if it needs to be addressed at the board and you need to change something, there's no problem in adjusting this, because it's your policy and you have the full rights to make adjustments as this goes along, because it is a new program. And normally we'd probably do a little more public outreach and do a few things ahead of this, but in these unique circumstances we're kind of trying to streamline it. So there will likely be adjustents in a few different areas.
Yeah, the bigger concern may be, it's a valid point by Justine, the bigger concern may be when we go back to school and there are people who have school children that they want to get to bed, if the noise or the lighting or whatever is enough that is keeping children up, beyond a reasonable hour. And, school should be starting right around September. So, who knows, maybe the time gets adjusted when school gets back in session.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Any other questions, concerns? Okay. We'll take the vote on the license specific to the Pleasant Cafe. David?
Yes.
Armin?
yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
Justine?
Yes.
And yes, me as well. So that one. Thank you. Good luck, Frank. Next is the application specific to Serendipity. And the motion is move to approve the application for temporary extension of premises, outdoor dining area on private property / parking lot / municipal right of way, submitted by Serendipity, which approval is subject to compliance with the terms and conditions of the board's policy and subject to compliance with the plan submitted, which plans are incorporated into this decision. And further, subject to the following conditions. Outdoor dining service shall cease at 9:00 p.m. and all areas with outdoor dining service shall be clear from people at 10 p.m. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any conversation, questions in regards to the license specific to Serendipity? Okay, I guess we answered all the questions with the first one. To approve, David,
Aye.
Armand,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
Dean,
Aye.
and I as well. So that one's passed as well. Good luck, Ms.
Thank you.
Serendipity.
Thank you.
And then the final item is the temporary license specific to Gigi's. And it reads, move to approve the application for temporary extension of premises, outdoor dining area on private property / parking lot / municipal right of way, submitted by Gigi's, which approval is subject to compliance with the terms and conditions of the board's policy and subject to compliance with the plans submitted, which plans are incorporated into this decision and further subject to the following conditions. 1, that outdoor dining at 9:00 p.m. 2, all areas with outdoor dining service shall be clear from people at 10:00 p.m. And 3, all relevant inspections are completed. And also that we authorize the use of our digital signatures for the applications approved by the board tonight. Do we have a second?
Second.
Tie again. Okay, so does anybody have any questions with specifics to the license for Gigi's, the application from Gigi's rather?
Does item number 3 suggest that they are the only ones of the 3 applicants tonight that have not had an inspection? Or is that general for all of them that we've already approved?
So, the Pleasant Cafe also had permits and inspections on there.
Oh, okay, I missed
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yep.
So why didn't Serendipity though? I'm just
They're
noticing.
This is Megan. So Serendipity has asked for this with a different application in the several years past. They also do not serve alcohol,
Right.
and you know, we're very familiar with their plan. They're just using more cleanable and spaced out furniture this year. So we'll probably go look at it, but you know, the other 2 are, you know, adding cordoning off areas for alcohol, and, you know, Frank's building a deck. So we'll still need a building permit. So we need to double check, but, you know, we've been working with them on the plan all along, so there shouldn't be any surprises, but we just wanted to add that in as, you know,
Right.
Yeah, the Serendipity is just asking basically an extension because they've been doing that for years now with on the
We just
sidewalk.
changed the application on them this year, which
Yeah.
they've been very accommodating because we wanted to keep it kind of in line. So thank you to you guys.
Yeah. And so Gigi's is they're gonna have it on the sidewalk or in the parking on the sidewalk?
Yeah, and Fan can speak to it, but I mean, they have a very, you know, some of the businesses are a little more blessed when it comes to the geography of how to set this up, because we are requiring 48 inches of pedestrian right-of-way for ADA accessibility, which is, you know, definitely a priority for the town and its residents. So they have a wide enough sidewalk to allow for a few different dining areas on the sidewalk. They will be asking for 3 parking spaces, not for their dining, but just so no one parks right next to somebody eating for safety. So they, that's their plan there, and it works for everybody.
Very good.
So, Megan, quick question about the parking space. Is the town gonna put something there, or I have to?
Cones. We have some cones we can lend you, and that you can put up. The police has them. I spoke to Chief Noble the other day about it. So.
Oh, that'd be great. So, you know, when we're not open, we just bring it inside so that, you know, the.
Exactly. So your neighbors can park there during the day. That's ideal.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Sure.
What would they do in the case that when earlier in the day, somebody has already parked there and now they're ready to open up and that car is sitting there? So is that a concern for them, or should we actually give one space right next door so that they're not having that issue? Unless they don't think it's a problem. I'm trying to help them. I'm not trying to make it an issue.
I think if it's a car parked there and nobody's in there, you know, I think it'll be okay. I mean, if somebody come out and we say, you know, you just have to leave, or you just can't park here or something like that. But, you know, I think a car wouldn't bother, you know, the diner that much. I don't think. But,
Yeah, because they're not putting the tables in the street with the parking spaces. It's on the side.
no, we're not. Everything's on the sidewalk.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So maybe even some signage, just as an idea, that the parking spot will be blocked off starting at such and such a time.
Yeah, that'd be
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Heads up.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so anything else in regards to the license, the application specific to Gigi's?
No.
All right, so we'll vote for approval. David,
Yes.
Armin,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yep.
Justine,
Yes.
and yes as well for me, so that's approved as well. And I think,
All the best. Good luck.
Thank you all. Especially thank you, Megan, for working so hard on this. I know it's you. I get your email 11 o'clock at night, and you know, so thank you so much.
Yeah.
Happy to do it. I'm excited for all of you, and it's been a really great partnership, and I do expect more to come. So I think it'll be good.
so, thanks, Megan.
I mean, I just want to say in this whole process, you know, it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it's been, the entire town's been more than helpful, and especially Megan and Greg, like their offices have just been outstanding. And it's obvious that you guys help, and it's just amazing. So I just want to say thank you to the board, to Megan, to Greg, to Justin, the whole crew. I mean, it's truly amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So the next item would be the chairman's report, of which there's none, and I don't know that does anybody on the board have a member report for this evening, or we're going to hold those till Tuesday?
I just have a question since I missed Tuesday. Are we supposed to get there early tomorrow so that we can park somewhere different?
Yes. So, you know, if you arrive, it's kind of that fine balance. I don't want you guys showing up so early that you're just sitting there for so long. But, you know, I would recommend between 12:45 and 1 o'clock. That way, you know, you're not sitting in the snake of the registration too long. I don't know what the turnout's going to be. I hope for the best, which means you got to show up at that right time so you can get to your designated parking spot. When you get into the entry point, there should be a police officer there, and then you just tell the police officer who you are and that you're supposed to be parking towards the front, and then they can radio each other. You'll be all set. Just keep telling people who you are, and they'll park you to the front.
Okay.
Just tell them you're super important.
Yeah. Never know who I am.
I've just got one question, if I could. So we touched on when the license ends, but I'm not planning on opening up for lunch, open up early, but like, so what time does the license start? So now, because my
license start, what's it?
8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So I'm not planning on being open at 8, but I just wanted to know what the actual time was.
Megan, what do you think?
I think you can be open for lunch and see how it goes.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Or how about, so currently I'm doing Monday through Saturday, gonna open up at 4, and then if I change that, I'll reach out to you guys.
Just keep us posted, I think.
Yeah.
You just want to let the police know and let everybody know what you're planning.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. So unless anybody else has anything else, I will make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
So moved. Second.
Before we say all in favor, I just want to make sure that Greg, we're still posted for tomorrow in
Yes.
case it's necessary. Okay.
Yep, and I even added the agenda item of, just continued discussion about downtown business support, just in case we needed to or anything like that. But yeah, you're posted for tomorrow.
Okay.
And I sent out the agenda for Tuesday, so.
Tuesday, yeah.
All right. So, all in favor of adjourning?
We're raising our hands.
Raising our hands. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow.